Hello, what's your name?
My name is Adonis Green.
Okay, Adonis. How did you become interested in art?
My interest for art began when I was a lot younger, around elementary, going into middle school. I used to have to do like a lot of like book reports, so I thought it would be cool to start drawing the covers for my book reports. And that happened because my older cousin was an artist and she was doing like a lot of like art shows and a lot of like arts, like small art competitions. And I thought that was really cool at a young age.
What art do you most identify with?
The art I identify with would probably be portraits, paintings, landscapes, but mainly probably black and whites. You know, black and white portraits. I love positive and negatives.
What is an art what is an artistic outlook on life?
And artistic outlook on life could be anything. It could be anything that drives anybody's creative, you know, whether you're an artist or a hairdresser, you know, somebody who does a nail tech, you know, anything. Yeah, you could be anywhere, anytime, and anything could come to mind. And I think that's what would that's what it would be.
Tell me about a time where you almost gave up.
Let's see, a time where I almost gave up. Most likely undergrad. My professors were tough. There was probably only one professor that actually, you know, that actually took to me as the student, you know, actually paid attention. Not like he wasn't paying attention to other students, but he took his time with every student, you know. And of course, they fired him, you know, the first semester I was there. But the other professors were pretty tough. Not bad, just tough, you know. They weren't understanding of the creative, you know. They would try to push the projects for how they would want them to push their, you know, design program instead of the artist. So I think that's what would
Has there
probably.
been any piece that you couldn't accomplish?
I'd say some pieces are tougher than others, depending on the drive, depending on how you want to design it. You know, whether it's a graphic or a drawing or a charcoal, you have to, you know, put the time in and really understand what you're doing. And if you do need help, it's not it's not impossible and it's not hard to ask other artists, you know, to help collaborate with you, you know, to help make it better. You know, everybody wants beautiful, great art.
What memorable response have you had to your work?
Um, Memorable. Well, I say a lot of the work I do, you know, I get good feedback on, so I think those push for good memories. But I say after my senior show, which I did on Shinnecock Nation in Long Island, uh, I sent it to them just so they could have it, you know, because I not that I didn't have use for it, but I did it for them. So I emailed it to them just to for them to have it, and then later on they emailed me back, just you know, discussing you know how they felt about it. You know, it was like an open dialogue, so I thought that was pretty memorable, pretty cool.
If you could perfect one thing about your art, what would it be?
Um, Perfect. That's a good question. I think my artwork looks good. Well, to me, anyways, and to obviously, you know, people who do want the artwork. But as for perfection, I think that's a strong word. You know, as long as me and the client both love how it looks and feels, then I think we achieved what we were going for.
How has your practice changed over time?
Um, let's see. Well, when I first started out, you know, as an artist doing projects, I would just take on whatever you know, other students or friends or family would just, you know, ask of me. But then, you know, as, you know, the past 2, 3 years have gone on with a few deaths, the birth of a child, and everything else going on in the world, it definitely pushes for more narrative in the art world, you know, something to speak louder than what words can say. Because there's a lot of people talking right now, but I definitely think artwork can definitely say way more.
What is your dream project?
My dream project would be to work on some type of animation reel, kind of bring back or revise the PJs, you know, with a little bit of Tyler Perry, meeting Ava DuVernay. I think that would be a very interesting animated series, you know. It could be a regular series, but I think putting the artistic touch on it will bring a lot of different people into it. Artists, authors, directors.
Where do you see your work within the next 5 years?
Within the next 5 years, I see, you know, projects being sold, but I also see me collaborating on a lot of art and a lot of projects, and most likely an exhibition, opening a studio. That would really be where I want it to be. And that's really just the start of it in the next 5 years.
Okay, thank you, Adonis. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, have a good day.
You too.